Hi guys, welcome to Small Farmer Life. Hope you're all having an awesome day. I've been working really hard, so sorry I haven't put a video on the channel for the last couple of weeks or so. But today guys, I want to talk about adverse possession, claiming land for free in the UK, what you need to know, because this is what I get asked the most about on this channel. Now before we get into this guys, thinking about claiming some land, maybe you want to buy some land, start a small holding, live an off-grid lifestyle, maybe buy some woodland, build a woodman's cabin, anything like that, hide out from the powers that be, think about it in the subscribe button, go back, check out some of the videos I've already uploaded to the channel, you find some useful information in those videos, and also think about it in the bell button for future videos. But today guys, I'm going to talk about claiming land for free in the UK, and with the biggest culprits for claiming land for free, and what you really need to understand when it comes to actually claiming land, because you don't just have to go out there and look for unregistered land. You can actually claim registered land also, especially if it's been left in a state of disrepair. Now, there's lots of land out there that is unregistered. I think around about 6 million acres. And that can be for many reasons. It might be that it's never changed hands since 1990, when it became compulsory to register any land sold, given, transferred, whatever it might have been, with the Land Registry itself. So you've got to look into that. But land might not have been registered with the Land Registry because people who owned that land might have lost the title deeds, and if it was lost in a house fire, or the solicitor didn't have the title deeds in a safe somewhere, or the solicitor wasn't a really old solicitor's firm that's been around for 100 or 200 years or so, well, those title deeds might have been lost. And if you've lost the title deeds for some land and you haven't got no proof that you own that land, then it's really hard to prove that you do own the land in the first place. So there could be lots of land out there that people have lost title deeds to and it's just been left, and that's where you see lots of land or small parcels of land that have left in a state of disrepair, loads of trees overgrown, loads of hedgerows and that unkept, that sort of thing, because local farmers normally always try and upkeep most of the hedgerows around them, and if it's not belonging to them, the hedgerows, then the local landowners, if they want their hedgerows cutting, and they'll charge them a couple of quid to cut theirs as well. And you might see some hedgerow, well, it's never been cut in a decade or so, and behind that hedgerow could be a piece of unregistered land, or registered land, but somebody has just forgot about it, maybe they've moved away, that sort of thing. You never know. Now, when it comes to claiming land in the UK, if it's unregistered land, it's 10 years. If it's registered land, it's 12 years. It's 10 years to actually put a claim in. It probably will get rejected straight away, and the people who own that land, they'll be notified that you've put in an application to be registered as a title owner, and they get 2 years to actually start proceedings to get you removed from that land. If they don't get you removed from that land in 2 years, or don't start proceedings to get you removed from that land in 2 years, well, after 2 years' time, you can put in another application to be registered as a title owner of that land that's already registered in somebody else's name. And if they've been told about you being there after 10 years and they've done nothing to remove you from that land in the 2 years after that 10 years, well, you'll get registered as the owner of that land. Now guys, there's longer terms for other parcels of land. So land belonging to the Crown is 30 years. Land that belongs to a church or anything like that is another 30 years. Any corporation or anything like that that's went bankrupt or into liquidation, it's a longer time frame for them. I think still 30 years because it reverts back to the Crown. So there's lots of land that could take a lot longer than 10 to 12 years to actually make a claim on. Now, possession is 9/10 of the law. If you're going to go out there and claim land, then you need to know what to do. So you firstly need to take factual possession of that land, which basically means get on that land and start doing a few things to the land to make it yours, because people slip up in these sorts of instances. Now, you need to make sure that when you're taking factual possession of the land, it's by hostile takeover. And when I mean hostile takeover, I don't mean going in there all guns blazing and that sort of thing. It just means that you're taking over the land without the owner knowing, or any owner that might have an interest in that land knowing that you're there. And then you need to do things with the land that will keep other people out of the land. So you need to fence the land off in its entirety so nobody else can use that land. Because some people have been caught out where they might have just fenced off a small part of the land just for safety reasons, but that hasn't constituted them taking full factual possession of the land, and they've lost the title to that land. Now, like I say, 9/10 of the law is possession. So once you've done that, fenced off all of the land to make sure that nobody else can use that land at all, except for yourself. Now, when I say nobody else can use that land at all, you can use that land, and if you wanted to rent a bit of that land out, you could certainly do so, as long as the people who are renting it from you are actually renting it from you and they're not just using it on their own behalf. So you're the guy in charge of the land, or the lady in charge of the land, and you're just letting them use the land. So these are the things you need to be doing. Now, I also want to talk about who are the biggest culprits when it comes to adversely possessing land, because tens and tens of thousands of cases sent to the Land Registry every single year for land to be put in someone else's name through adverse possession. And the biggest culprits are like farmers over boundary disputes, neighbours on housing estates. And I know this because I've claimed land at the back of houses, because a lot of houses get built and then they leave a little bit of land, maybe landlocked at the back of some houses, but one person who owns one house in that row of houses might think, I'm going to claim that land, I'm going to use that land at the back of my house because I can put a gate in and I can get access to that land. I'm going to use it like it's my own. It might belong to the local council, but that's not a problem because they're using it, they're fencing it off, they're using it like it's their own garden, and they will eventually get adverse possession of that land. Now, after 5 years or so, you can put in a possessionary title for the land, so you can let the Land Registry know that you intend to take possessionary title of this land, and that is like the second to title absolute. And after 10 years, you'll put in what is a Section 53 application to get the actual title in your name. Now, if nobody has registered title of that land, then you've got a good chance of actually getting that land in your name. If somebody has a registered title to that land, like I've said earlier in the video, the registered owner will be notified and your title claim will probably be kicked out. But that doesn't mean to say that you're off the land. The owner who is registered with the Land Registry, they have to make proceedings to get you removed from that land. And if they don't do that, after 2 years, you can put in another application to be registered as the title owner of that land, and you will be registered as a title owner of that land because the original title holder has not bothered to get you removed from that land. And if that's the case, they don't seem to be interested in the land itself. Now, there's many factors that go into claiming adverse possession, and there's lots of case study out there that you can go out and read about. Lots and lots of people have claimed land all over the UK, and around about 50% of all adverse possession claims actually succeed. So 50% of all them tens of thousands of adverse possession claims normally succeed. So guys, remember, you need to prove factual possession, which basically means you're going to take possession of that land and you're going to fence that land off. You need to make sure that it's hostile in takeover, basically not letting the landowner know that you're going to be taking possession of that land. Then you need to use the land solely for yourself. Now, you can rent parts of the land out, but make sure they make a contract with you and not with, obviously, the owner of the land. Exclude all other people, and you make sure that it's private property, it's been fenced off, people can't just walk through it and that sort of thing, because if you don't fence it all off, they'll argue the point, well, you haven't took factual possession of all of the land and you didn't intend to in the first place. Now, building fencing, putting gates up, building buildings on the land, taking care of the hedgerows and that sort of thing, will all strengthen your claim to claim registered land and unregistered land. Now, it'll be a little bit quicker claiming unregistered land. And like I say, even if it's registered land, it could be that the people have moved abroad, they don't care about it, they might have bought it when it was £3,000 for several acres, and they don't even think about it because they've got a new life abroad. And if nobody claims it, it'll just go back to the Crown anyway. So if you've got a good chance of claiming it, then go out and claim it. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, and you should subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, hit the bell button. My name's Craig. You've been watching Small Farm Life. Thanks again to all patrons. Couldn't thank you guys enough. And YouTube members, really appreciate the support. Till next time, make sure you take care of yourself. Most of all, take care of the family. Be genuine, guys. Bye for now. See you.